Good to see you, darling.
The Order in Wincestre has been wiped out, but we are no longer welcome there. My contact was none other than King Alfred himself. The Order wanted him dead, so he fought back.
Alfred? The line between friend and enemy is a porous one.
Yeah, all the side missions. Yep. So here's page 1. Let's see, on a typical day of study and training as a departure from our usual routine, Master Hytham welcomed a guest to our Alexandrian bureau, a tall woman with a stoic expression. She seemed to be in the later years of her 5th decade. She entered the hall with feathered steps and sat at the head of the room in silence for quite some time as Master Hytham delivered a vague introduction of this unknown figure. Throughout his speech, the woman never once glanced upon him, but swept her eyes across the acolytes seated before her, among whom I counted myself. When at last Master Hytham stepped aside, the woman stood and opened with a blunt statement. If nothing is true, she said, this statement must also be false. The woman left her words hanging in the air. After a long and puzzled silence, a keen acolyte called Magas offered a reply. The creed itself is an irony. It suggests that the world cannot be broken into truths and falsehoods, facts and fictions. Yes, the woman replied, the world merely is. It exists, and we are but a small part of its wholeness. But to exist is to be true, no? A thing that exists is a thing we call a fact. To exist is to exist, the woman countered. Truths and facts are evaluations, acts, not objects. Magas fell silent, and the woman continued. If everything is permitted, who gives this permission? That was the second one. Some deep stuff right there. Let's see. Page 2, another silence. Magas opened his mouth, inhaled, and shut it without speaking. We give this permission to ourselves, the woman said. We are the source of our own purpose. None said a word in reply as the woman looked us over. It seemed that she was neither pleased nor dissatisfied with our silence. Then she began pacing the room slowly, turning about and looking around our hidden hall with an expression that verged on nostalgia or satisfaction. With this knowledge, she continued, with this understanding comes a great and terrible freedom, the freedom to rise or fall, to live or die, by your own volition. This is why our creed cuts as cleanly as a double-edged sword. You must take this paradox to heart. The success or failure of our brotherhood depends on your willingness to live in the unfeeling emptiness of this world as if lost in Tartarus, alone and hoping against hope that a door will one day open and let in the light, and that you shall exit, not alone, but with all your brothers and sisters at your side. The woman stopped for a moment to run her hand over a dilapidated stony pillar. She seemed to be reliving an old or half-forgotten memory. Catching herself, she stepped away and continued. Because they were with you all along, your brothers and sisters, beside you in the shadows. You walked in the darkness and silence, but you were never alone. Yet, to see the last light, you must first feel the loss, the emptiness, the pain. And you must act always with the belief that you have failed, that you will fail again, that you must always fail. This is the way of the hidden ones, to fail better than you have before. We wander in the dark, ever searching for the light. She then paused and drew a great breath. But here I must contradict myself. For although the nature of reality is empty and unknowable, the nature of our work is not. And for this brotherhood to succeed, we must have tenets by which we may judge our success. Hard, cold rules. Truths by which we swear. A faint murmur rushed through the gathered acolytes at the realization of what was happening. The final codification, long rumored, was now upon us. The woman spoke again, with more gravity than before. Since the twilight of the Ptolemies, the hidden ones have served to break the unnatural shackles that man puts upon man, and we have done so in a manner consistent with our creed, yet this has often led to confusion and chaos. Thus have we devised a set of 3 tenets, born from rigorous practice and application to lead us to greater success. 1, she began, hide in plain sight that your success may come in view of all, yet swiftly and without forewarning. 2, never compromise the brotherhood. Be thoughtful in act and speech, for it is the only sure way to protect ourselves from our outside influence and keep our motives uncorrupted. Okay, 4. And 3, stay your blade from the flesh of an innocent. Only those with active malice in their hearts need answer for their cruelty. The unwilling pawns of evil and the bystanders caught in their wake do not deserve the sting of our steel. This is the decree of the hidden ones, the 3 tenets together with the creed, to define our path forward. Only these and nothing more. To encumber ourselves further would only dilute our resolve. Here Magas spoke again, most ardently now. Yet, if nothing is true, how can we justify such strictures? Should we not be free to pursue our goal in whatever fashion we see fit? You feel this is a fatal irony? The woman asked. I only wonder at the contradiction. From what authority do these tenets derive? We are hidden ones, a title we gave ourselves, and we gave ourselves a goal, the physical and spiritual liberation of man. These are self-made ambitions. To achieve them, therefore, we need laws to guide us. There is no magic in these words, no appeal to a higher authority. We follow them only because they help us achieve what we ourselves have defined. These laws, they allow us to persist. The effectiveness of any tenet must be judged on the outcomes of its practice. She grew silent for a moment, looked at Master Hytham, then back at us. Let it be known and recorded. These are the conclusions of the final synod of the Hidden Ones. There will not be another. Today the shadow falls now. Today the shadow falls, now and for all time, to obscure us forevermore. Let our work continue only in the dark. Okay, where's number 5? Work in silence from this day forward. Speak not your names, nor the names of your family and friends, for to do so would be a deadly compromise and a useless gesture. Seek not recognition, nor glory, nor compensation for your duty. Seek only the light, however dimly it may flicker upon the horizon. Pausing, the woman smiled slightly. For the first time since her arrival, she seemed content. We are hidden ones, all of us, forever together in our solitude. May it ever be so. She stopped there, gave a slight nod, and turned and strode towards the exit at the back of the hall, making no sound as she went. The room stayed silent for a time until Master Hytham broke the peace by urging us to our afternoon studies. Euclid was the subject this day, and amid its rustle of scrolls the acolyte set to work. Some hours later I found myself in the garden outside the tomb of Alexander Rex, enjoying a bowl of dates and thinking on the lessons of the day and of the woman who had given us so much to ponder. So deep in thought was I that I did not notice the arrival of Magas, who startled me with her touch on the shoulder. Quite a day, was it not, he said excitedly, to be visited by such one? Oh, so there's only 6 of them? Mistaking my inquiring expressions for censure, Magas waved his hands before him. I know, he said. Glory and recognitions are frowned upon. Our anonymity is our weapon. But allow me this one moment of glee. For to meet one of our founders, the woman who ended the Ptolemies no less, it is not a chance we shall have again. A founder, I repeated, of the Hidden Ones? Her? Yes, oh yes, Magas said. Her true name is lost to the living, as are the names of all our first Hidden Ones. A testament to their devotion, I suppose. But a woman this colored and stained by history cannot live invisible in her own time. She has seen the blood of Caesar, the tears of Cleopatra, and the wrath of Imperator Augustus no less. Magas leaned in close so that only I, amid the drifting bees and butterflies, would hear. She would kill me for speaking her name, but I'll say it. Amunet, they called her, a long time ago, and today for a moment she lived in memory. She lived not in memory, but in flesh. As for the rest, they are gone, and happier for it, I think. Huh. That's, Bayek's wife. Crazy. Alright. Well, let's,
Eivor, the time has come. Our time.
Our time for what?
My final glory awaits.
Your final glory. I fear to ask what that means.
Do I not speak plainly? My time in Midgard is done. I wish now to see the hall of my ancestors.
If you wish to die, it will not be by my hand.
I do not speak of death, Eivor. I speak of life. Life and glory everlasting. I know I've been in a fog these last few weeks. I know I speak words you don't fully understand. But I only ask you trust me once more. On my final voyage, back to Norway, to wish my father farewell, and achieve my destiny.
Back to Norway. I need to discuss this with Randvi.
If you must. I will await your answer down by the docks. Do not keep me waiting.
oh.
My love.
Okay, hang on, let me go to Hytham real quick.
Hey, my boy.
Let's see.
I cleared Wincestre of the Order. Yet to do so meant working with King Alfred.
Your poor fellow soldier led you to the King of Wessex? How very strange. He, or she, is toying with you, it seems.
Hytham, I have the Codex pages you asked for. 6 in total.
Ah, wonderful. We have so little writing from the original Hidden Ones. This will grow our understanding immeasurably. These documents may have been inked by the founders of the Hidden Ones, in fact. But their names are unknown to us. Lost to history. A deliberate choice on their part, I think. I'm hoping these documents shed some light on that mystery.
I could not say. They're written in a language I do not understand.
You know, the black market merchant Reda has an old piece of writing from the same era as the Codex pages you found. Speak with him if you are curious to see it.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Reda, Hytham says you have an old piece of writing from the early Hidden Ones.
Oh, that old scrap? Yes, it's just a short letter from one hidden one to another. One of my rarest artifacts.
How did it find its way to you?
A friend gave it to me for safekeeping. Bayek was his name. Egyptian fellow.
Wow.
Very kind. Haven't seen him in a long time. A very long time. Anyway, the letter is written in Demotic, so it may not mean much to you. But you're free to have a look.
A warning, my beloved. I have heard numerous tales now of a secret codex circulating among the acolytes of our bureaus, both within and without the Empire of Augustus, called the Magas Codex. It names you directly as one of the founders of the Hidden Ones. Apart from putting your life in danger, it flies in the face of what we have tried to achieve with our brotherhood. We are justice seekers who shun the light of praise for our good works, and who must live in the shadows of our triumphs. Should you see any pages of this codex, I advise you to destroy them. Keep the dream of our Hidden Ones alive. Now, I am not so naive to think this will be a simple task. Few men and women are suited to keeping such secrets for so long. And it may be that we will fail in the end, but we will have failed in the name of righteousness. Take care, my love. My Iset, my northern star. Even in my waning years, I am ever your Osiris. Let our Horus live on beyond us. I think of you often, my jewel. At sunrise and twilight. At new moon and full, when the rain falls and the breath of a moon rides across my neck. I remember you kissing me. Just there, and I will take that feeling to my tomb.
Oh. That's fucking awesome.
I want to see the Alliance map.
Shire is not available.
I have changed my mind.
Wait, what the hell?
I want to see the
Oh. Got it. Hortifilke.
It may be time to return to Norway. Sigurd is eager to see his father and beyond that I do not know.
I have heard ill news about Styrbjorn in the past year. If you go, go with care.
We'll leave now and return as soon as we're able.
Good. And be safe. Both of you.
Sigurd,
Shall we then, Eivor? To Norway, and well beyond.
to Norway, then.
Good, good! Lead on!
All of the slain.
So strange. Little has changed, but it feels unfamiliar.
A few years abroad have shaped us more than all the decades we spent here, brother.
And it's bloody cold. Colder than I remember.
Well, at least I got the open world stuff out of the way.
Save it for later.
This is Harald's fair hair's kingdom now. Every peak and fjord. It pains me to say it, to think it even.
And our father, his fool. Poor man.
It is a role he chose. He bent easily and broke in half. Do not pity him.
No.
For many moons I could not sleep, always thinking of his betrayal. The horrors I wished upon him. He deserves nothing but shame now.
Put it out of your mind, Sigurd. There's no need to hound the old man.
No. He must taste the same foulness that I taste. He must know what glory he missed by staying here, the lapdog of a conqueror.
You want to speak with him?
Yes. Face to face. I will tell him the truth.
We'll pick up from there.
Alrekstad. It thrives. In spite of our father, no doubt.
Are you sure of this?
I will say what needs to be said.
Do you fear his rebuke?
Oh no. I crave it. It may be the old hound has lost his bark.
Or it may be you'll light a fire beneath him, inspire him with tales of our glory.
If I do, I'll stoke that flame until it burns.
Okay, where do I die?
Hold here! Hush now.
What was it
leading?
Randvi said?
Okay.
Our father spends his days in the mead halls and his nights on barren planks of wood.
That's right.
We'll search the mead halls.
What's this about?
I remember one nearby. A sad hole where men soak their unhappiness.
We should look there.
We come empty-handed. Not even a gift to offer.
Rats don't appreciate gifts. They sniff and lick them, without care.
You a chipper, brother.
Damn, bro, he just called his dad a rat. Like,
Show me.
my guy. It's a little intense.
Count on me, Eivor. I'll show you and the gods my worth.
Damn, that is a crazy armor set. What the fuck? Hundigger.
I will be patient, for honor and glory.
That poor soaker, he never leaves.
From sunup to sundown, he just sits there, staring into his horn.
Once, just once, I'd have him take a bath.
He was a king once, that one. You'd never know by the way he sulks.
Sounds about right.
We should go. Look at him.
Yeah, we just sailed for a week just
Father.
to leave. Damn, bro. He is out of it, son.
Sigurd?
son, Eivor. By Odin's blessing, come and let me look at you both.
Stop. That is far enough.
Blood of Tyr.
Damn, why is this
What
an
happened
asshole?
there? A grievous wound you have. Are you well?
Far better than I look, I assure you.
This calls for a toast. Your journey must have been long and cold. A drink to warm your blood.
We are not here to drink or make merry. Only to look upon the wreckage of a once great man.
And then what? Make new war against King Harald? Stake a claim on his crown? Is that your wish? To sow more chaos here?
You're absurd, old man. What could possibly interest me in this frozen backwater?
I heard rumors that England was infested with kings already. I thought maybe you would return here to...
I've cast aside all dreams of kingship, father. A much greater end lies in wait for me. I have returned for one reason only. To say goodbye. And to thank you for your colossal failure.
Failure?
As a father, as a king, as a man. For without it, I would not have discovered my true self.
My failure, as you call it. My oath to King Harald was the only sensible path forward for a man in my situation.
The king owns the crown. You stole your son's future.
It was your right to pledge your crown to another. And I know you did what you thought best for the safety of our clan.
As Harald's forces advanced, I knew we did not have the strength to oppose him. We were too disorganized, too weak. With the son ever absent, always off raiding in some far-flung land, never concerned with the duties of kingship. What choice did I have but to pledge my allegiance to him? A man with ambition and an army to match it.
Absent? I acted only as the son of a king must, to earn you riches, to bring you glory, to praise your name.
The people of Constantinople had no use for my name, Sigurd. I needed you here.
Listen to this weeping old goat.
I wish you whatever peace you may find in this new life you have found.
I did not find it, Eivor. I chose it. The only way forward that did not lead to more violence and death and grief. Your father would have understood. He died to avoid a similar fate. To save his family at the cost of his reputation.
No. My father, he was...
He loved you. That is all.
Argon nonsense. I've heard enough.
Sigurd, from the day you were born, I wanted nothing more than to pass on my title, my land, my people, to you. But 1 year is never like another, and with the passage of time, certain truths appeared, unavoidable. Ours was the last kingdom in Norway to resist Harald's advance. To oppose him would have been our death.
You do not know that. We could have fought back.
We could have, yes, and suffered countless deaths for no other reason than to protect our pride.
We will never know the truth, because you were too afraid to risk it.
Look after him, Eivor. And if you have the chance, lead him back from the edge of the abyss.
He is my brother, not my dog. Be well, old man, and serve your king with honor.